Welcome to the Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Welcome to the Tuesday stream. Hope everyone's having an awesome Tuesday morning. Hey, Thick Zeke and Darknet. Yeah, the copium. I'm ready. I am ready. Where's your mug? No! I might have to do, like, if enough people start showing up for the copium, I might have to do an emergency stop, wash the mug, and then come back. If people start if enough people start trolling the channel. Because I had it yesterday and I didn't wash it because I completely forgot. Instead of using it for yesterday, I should have probably... Shame on me. It's snowing in Florida? Yes. That's right. I heard people don't wash their coffee mugs, makes it taste more strong. I have no idea why anybody would do that. That sounds a little bit, not good, folks. Yeah, so this intro music is was actually made by Bree on her machine, and it's completely customized. She just took a whole bunch of like sounds and mixed it up from her. I think it's actually just literally called the machine, the brand name of her MIDI controller, and just kind of made it, and it's completely DMCA free, which is really cool. extreme, right? Yeah, it is. Is there a study showing that media company owners are motivated by money? Is there a study about their motivations? What are you talking about, full figured? If it's a company, it's basically motivated by profit, is it not? Hey, Sebstab, how's it going? Can you play the first one on? Can you play the first one all day, on repeat all day? Hey, Alio, how's it going? Media company owners are motivated by perceived control. Yeah, which is it not motivated by profit? If it's a private media company, they are encouraged to get as much profit out of whatever it is that they're doing. Oh, sorry, as whatever to whatever it is that they're doing. So that means bringing in as many people as possible. The idea that all conservatives were listening to Fox elevated the power level of Fox. Right. Yes, it also plays a factor. Because the eyes, the eyes that are on these channels is what makes them the money. It's a strange question, but okay. Instagram got paid 20 millions in a lawsuit about gender? What? Got paid? Well, let's take a look at that. Okay. No, stop. Chat. Oh. Come on. Yeah, studies show that companies. I don't think a study can prove somebody's motivation. Someone's motivation can be deeply personal and come out in weird ways. ADifficultTruth is paying. True. Studying companies' finances can show you what the company feels is important to spend their money on. True. Wait, but who do you think owns the companies? They're owned by people, don't you think? It seems kind of silly. The only thing that I've seen close enough about Instagram is a lawsuit due to privacy problems. Hey, Feminist Critique, how's it going? It's all good. All right, folks. So the big story, obviously, I know that it in any normal circumstance or any normal election year, this wouldn't be a story. It wouldn't be a big deal. We wouldn't even be talking about it. Um, but yesterday, as we probably already know, Joe Biden has won for the umpteenth time again. And I'm curious, first of all, to see to see the level of cope that's happening on the Trump side. We also saw that William Barr resigned as well, which if you went to any conservative forum, you would see that apparently now he's part of the deep state. Yeah, things got pretty wacky yesterday. So let's go over some of that, and of course the Biden speech, which I did not see, so we're gonna go over that as well. I think the first thing that I want to go over is the William Barr resignation. Two hours ago. Let's see. Wisconsin Supreme Court rejects Donald Trump's election challenge. Electors vote for Joe Biden. Okay, so this is probably during that basically just ceremony at this point. God, the Electoral College is so antiquated. It's literally not necessary. I thought he was part of the CCP. Depends on how far deep the rabbit hole goes. It depends. It depends, Darknet, because sometimes, depending on how you want to spin the story, he could be part of the deep state. He could be part of the CCP. He could be a never Trumper, rhino. You know, the usual buzzwords. Oh man. Oh. First of all, I gotta see what's going on. Oh my god. Oh man. Literally just a minute ago. Oh man. He could also be working for Chavez. That's right. I forgot. I forgot about that. I forgot that there's a quite obviously super backed by evidence evidence that indeed Hugo Chavez has risen from the grave and has coordinated efforts with China and Cuba and Antifa and George Soros' business partner and Dominion, and yeah, that's totally what happened. Tremendous problems being found with voting machines. Bro, the election is over. Oh man. The election's over, dude. They are so far it is ridiculous, able to take a landslide victory and reduce it to a tight loss. Wait, is this admission? Is this admission that he lost? And reduce it to a tight loss? Well, actually in 2016 when you won by the same margin, it was a landslide victory. Weird. You know what I read? What happened? Tell me, Big Zeke. Bring me the truth. Are Trump and Rudy Giuliani truly delusional? I think so. I mean, like, we're actually living in, as Darknet and Heat posted on the Discord, we're living in two realities here, okay? And just to be clear and serious, and for just 1 second, there is no real evidence for widespread voting fraud, voter fraud, or electoral fraud for that matter. There have been incidents. For example, that guy who got caught trying to vote for Trump twice using his dead mother. There is that. But to overturn the election, not even close. Not even close. Generally, voter fraud accounts for 0.0003%. 0.0003%-ish, give or take, depending. Now, Trump signed some executive order in 2018 about election security, saying if he could find some evidence of voter fraud, he basically can overturn the results and become a baby dictator for the time being. If that's true, that's kind of scary. I wouldn't put it past him, but you can make an executive order all you want. Whether or not it holds up in court is a whole other story. And it seems to me, so far, whatever little institutions that are whatever threads of the institutions that are working have held so far. So yeah, I mean, he's welcome to try to make executive orders or pull some nonsense out of the blue, but whether or not it holds up in court is a whole other thing, you know? Which would be like the soft coup attempt number 255,399. Hold on, folks. You know what? Hey, I'm gonna tune into Republican Nation and see how hard the cope is. See how hard the copium is hitting. This is not what the USA is all about. Law enforcement shielding machines. Wait. So, law enforcement is now the problem? But I thought you were about law enforcement. Yeah, they're shielding the machines. Isn't it their job to protect them? Especially from Trumpers who have shown up armed in certain situations? Yeah. You kind of have to use law enforcement to protect the voting machines if there's like armed Trumpers trying to stop the steal. Yeah, totally. But I thought you were about law enforcement. Do not tamper. A crime. Good thing there's no evidence for that either. Much more to come. Like what? What else is there? This is probably him waking up to he was probably like watching OANN all night, and because OANN did not report on the electoral results. So he probably stayed up all night watching OANN, woke up, saw the news that the Electoral College has voted, and now just decided to throw his toddler tantrum via Twitter off his iPhone. So we know he uses an iPhone. I mean, what a disregard for operational security. I mean, okay. I love this little bot. Trump Weather Service currently Partly cloudy with a scattered tweet. 72% chance Donald Trump posted this himself. Tweet forecast election of your life last week. Joe Biden has still not released his Supreme Court confirming and powerful piece. It's time to ban him from Twitter. Oh, I can't wait. Like, that would be... But then, like, where am I going to draw my content from? Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Seriously, Donald Trump has broken Twitter TOS, like, over 9,000 times. So I'm pretty sure that as soon as Joe Biden gets inaugurated, they're going to just eat him off Twitter for terms of service. Oh no, the comments. 4 more years. January 21st, he can be banned from Twitter. Yeah, most likely. Like, actually, they probably will because of Twitter terms of service. So they might actually just straight up they might actually give him the boot. My birthday's gonna be lit. Dirty 30. Nice. Is your birthday coming up? President Donald Trump is genuinely a good man. He does not really like to fire people. I bet he dislikes people. He dislikes putting people in jail, especially Republicans. Wait a minute. Wasn't he calling for the jailing of his political opponents, mainly Hillary Clinton? Right in time for Trump to be sent to jail. Nice. I mean, in a just world, you know, he would see consequences, but I just don't see it. In a just and normal world, he would see consequences, but I don't see it. Oh look, hey guys, update. In the grand conspiracy of things, update. Brian Kemp is now part of the CCP. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, thanks for the follow, Inquilab. Amazing. This conspiracy just keeps getting deeper. If they did it, they would have to prosecute Bush and Obama too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that they will. It's because then they would have to turn the guns on themselves, right? Because there's a lot of questionable stuff that happened between the Bush and Obama years, and even before then. I'll stick to the hope until the copium settles in. Yeah, basically, Elio. But yeah, it's funny because sometimes I respond just to be funny. We're investigated and we're found to have obstructed justice. Yeah, so did Trump. So it's like, what you gonna do? Unfortunately, it is very unlikely that they will see any repercussions for any of the stuff that they have done in the past. Mainly, you know, the war crimes, particularly for Bush. With the whole false premise of invading a country and stuff like that. Then we had Obama with the very, very obvious drone strikes and stuff like that, and continuing the horrendous conflicts overseas. Yikes. And they won't investigate Trump either. They investigated Trump because it was a political... They thought that they could get something, but... Are y'all saying what Mueller found is completely negligible? No. He found stuff. We know. We know he found plenty of evidence. We know he found at least, what, a dozen of like, prosecutable... No, wait. He's, about 8 to 10 cases of prosecutable obstruction of justice. We have so many, like, evidence against him that, again, in a just or ideal situation, he would see consequences. However, I mean, I just don't think so. I mean, one can hope, but I don't think so. New York State wants to prosecute Trump. Might be the reason Trump is unwilling to concede. Well, New York is completely different because that's a state case that's been going on probably even before he was president, if I'm correct. The stuff with his very dubious um, financial dealings are they've been going on before he was president. So that might be a different story, but I don't think you'll see any type of like real consequences. Um, I don't think they see any real consequences. Maybe he'll be like fined at most, and then he'll just like never pay it, just like he hasn't paid any of his fines for the police and security for all of these cities that he's held these COVID super spreader events. He has not paid any of those, so I don't think he'll really effectively see any consequences. I mean, hey, maybe the state of New York might go a little bit harder, but I don't know. I just don't see it. I'm just holding on to false pretenses. It's just that in a just world, you would see consequences for things like what Bush, Obama, and Trump has done. So, in a just world, wasn't the investigation due to the fact that there was whistleblowers, people giving people evidence? Yeah. We have evidence, and we have evidence of the stuff that Bush and Obama did. I mean, we have them on records. Like, didn't Nancy Pelosi said, yeah, I knew that he went to Iraq under false pretenses? And it's like, wait, what? She admitted this years later on record. There's literally media clips of her saying that she knew that he lied. She knew he lied and went to war under false pretenses. I don't think that, again, I know that you want to see that, Big Zeke, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So yeah, the news story is apparently Brian Kemp and whoever this guy is, Georgia's Secretary of State, are part of the CCP. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Because they didn't decide to do what Daddy Trump said. They're now part of the CCP. That's the deep state. The deep state. And I bet they're working for Soros or whatever. They will be soon going to jail. Wow. Threatening to jail political opponents. Cool. That's totally not authoritarian. Even though they're empty threats. Because let's be realistic, I don't think you'll be able to do anything in regards to jailing the governor of Georgia and the Secretary of State of Georgia. but the fact that he is endorsing the messaging, they will be going to jail soon, or they will soon be going to jail, is kind of disturbing in and of itself. Who is this? Oh, he's from DCPatriot.com. Political analyst. Gotcha. Here he goes on a complete Twitter storm. Completely off the rails. But it matters not, folks. It matters not because the Electoral College voted yesterday, officially, and now it's not media, media referring to Biden as president-elect. It's officially, Joe Biden is the president-elect Joe Biden. It's over, okay? Officially, it's over. Joe Biden then addressed the nation about 8 p.m. Eastern last night. I didn't catch the full speech, but I guess we can play it. Let me find it here. Oh, wait. Hold on. The first thing that needs to happen. The first thing that needs to happen, in case we need a little bit of candy before we move on.
Just want to make sure I understand. And so I just want to make sure I understand you correctly. So you said you're alleging that you heard or that you witnessed ballots being put in the machine.
Another gem.
Run through, counted, and then put through it again.
That poll book is off by over 100,000. That poll book, what did you guys do? Take it and do something crazy to it? Why don't you look at the registered voters? There's zero. Why don't you look at the registered voters? Zero. They were just rescanning, counting votes 9 to 10 times. They were running these ballots through countless times. Wait, what about how?
This just dropped.
Turnout rate 120%. There was illegal activity going on there.
What you said today is the truth.
I wrote a written affidavit.
What you said today is the truth.
Yes, it is 100% true. I know what I saw, and I signed something saying
that
that
flow.
if I'm wrong, I can go to prison. Did you? That poll book is off by over 100,000. That poll book, what did you guys do? Take it and do
You said you won't get
something
tested for
crazy to
COVID unless OANN or Newsmax tells her to? Wow.
There's zero. Why don't you look at the registered voters?
Yeah, she's part of the problem.
They just found my resume and called me and said, do you want to work the election? These Democrats took every avenue possible to commit fraud in this election.
Can you put a number to it?
Countless times, numerous times, 9 to 10 times, thousands of times, at least 30,000, over 100,000. What I saw was over 20 counts of fraud taking place in front of my face. And this isn't counting, you know, the ballots that are found in rivers, the ballots found under rocks, the ballots, you know, that poll book is off by over 100,000. That poll book, what did you guys do? Take it and do something crazy to it? Why don't you look at the registered voters? There's zero. Why don't you look at the registered voters? There's zero.
Yes.
What the fuck, bro?
Yes. This is gold. I just had to play that. Oh man. Yeah, I don't get it, Darknet. These people are living in some type of alternate reality. And you know OANN is never gonna give any good advice. Any realistic advice. So we have a new update on the COVID relief package. A bipartisan group of lawmakers unveiled a $908 billion coronavirus rescue package on Monday, with potential deal coming down to the wire since Congress has until end of the week to strike an agreement that can be tied to long-term spending legislation. Economists have stressed the need for additional 8 to 12 million Americans could lose their unemployment benefits the day after Christmas. Eviction moratoriums for renters and protection for student borrowers are also set to expire, as well as a federal program for paid family leave. Cool. To be fair, this has felt like an alternate timeline for quite a while now, about 5 years. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, this particular event, this election's really kind of brought that into focus. The package is split into two bills. The larger $748 billion bill, called the Bipartisan Emergency COVID Relief Act of 2020, includes enhanced unemployment benefits. It would also temporarily extend an eviction moratorium and federal student loans forbearance, according to a summary of the proposal, which was obtained by USA Today. The bill, however, lacked specific details on key issues that held up a month-long standoff in Washington, including Democrats' demand for state and local government aid, along with liability protections for businesses sought by Republicans. Why? Why is this a deal breaker, and why do you need to hold the people hostage? You're playing political football with this stuff. Congress can opt out to vote for these issues, and in a separate 160 billion bill, or the bipartisan State and Local Support Small Business Protection Act of 2020, which is expected to deliver state and local aid and provide liability insurance for businesses. Cool, nice meme. I have a question. Why? Why? Like, what exactly is the point of this relief package if all you're doing is filling the coffers up of the payment protection plan, which most of it went to not small businesses anyways, and liability protections for businesses? Explain to me how that works, like economically speaking. How does that work? It doesn't make any sense. You do realize doing this is only going to further the problem. You're not fixing it. It's the only way the GOP will ever get blanket business protection against employees that sue them over COVID. Yeah, but that shouldn't be the priority. Like, it's not only what's really infuriating, which, by the way, I hope you're doing all right, Dustin. It's not only liability protections for businesses against employees suing them, it's also customers suing them if they don't take the proper safety precautions, right? So they're just trying to cover themselves on all ends possible, but that shouldn't be the priority. What exactly is the plan here? Like, I mean, I'm genuinely asking this. What exactly is the plan here? And how does this, in any way, shape, or form, extend or not extend? How does this, in any way, shape, or form, give a real economic stimulus to the economy? This isn't it. Like, what exactly is the plan here? So you get business protections, you get more money going to the payment protection plan. You kind of provide a moratorium for renters. Okay, and you do realize people need to eat, right? This is. And what about the people who aren't renters? Who aren't landlords, who aren't renters, who are just homeowners? What? So backwards. This is completely backwards. Neither bill includes a stimulus check. The package could run into opposition from some Democrats in Congress who have argued that the plan wouldn't offer enough financial relief for struggling Americans. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Senator Bernie Sanders, some Republicans, and even the White House support direct payments in a final package. Why? What is the problem here? There's some Republicans, the White House, and some Democrat. Well, I guess Bernie's like an independent, but whatever. He caucuses with Democrats. There is bipartisan support for stimulus payments. What exactly is the problem here? Where's the malfunction here? Where's the disconnect? The bipartisan proposal would provide a federal employment benefit of $300 a week for 16 weeks. According to the summary, it wouldn't be retroactive. The bill would extend all pandemic unemployment programs set to expire at the end of December for 4 months. And what exactly are people supposed to do when the extra $600 under the unemployment extension that was given, that extra $600 was barely enough to keep some people afloat? What happens when they're not able to start being able to pay the mortgages or rents? Like, people are seriously not thinking this one. Either that or they just don't care. There are two critical unemployment programs that are set to end on December 26th. The Pandemic and Unemployment Assistance Program, which provides aid to self-employed temporary workers and gig workers. The Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation Program, which provides an additional 13 weeks of benefits beyond the typical 26-week that state provides to jobless workers. The proposal calls for an extension on federal student forbearance through April of 2021. Cool. Nice meme, but what about the non-federal student loans? I mean, what's the plan there? How are people supposed to, if they don't have federal student loans, how are people exactly supposed to keep making payments on these things and hold a roof over their head and be able to buy food and gas to get to, well, I presume they're not working if they're unemployed, but all the important stuff that you need to live? How do you square that circle? This is like beyond. This is beyond me. You need to start giving people, or should have started giving people, direct payments months ago. This shouldn't have been an argument. There shouldn't have been a argument. You can have a debate about how much the stimulus checks should be, but the idea that this is your grand plan for economic relief is laughable. Incredible. Hey, Thirst First, how's it going? Incredible. Cool. So, eviction moratoriums. Eviction moratoriums for rental emergency. Wait, hold on. It would offer $25 billion in emergency rental assistance and provide an extension of eviction moratoriums through January 31st, so a month. Cool. You get about a month. What is going to happen when people can't pay their rent? They're not able to pay their rent. Some people, if you're not renting, they're not able to hold the mortgage. What is the plan here? The rhetoric is already shifting due to the vaccine. I'm seeing dark times ahead right now. Possibly, if we continue down this path, very, very, very possible. And I know this because I know we went over an article yesterday of a real estate, one of the largest, if not the largest real estate company, is literally frothing at the mouth, waiting for these things to happen because they know that in upcoming in a couple of months, there's going to be a lot of properties on the market because people can't make their payments and are going to get foreclosed or are going to get evicted, and therefore, a lot of people are going to start losing their homes, and they're going to swoop them up just like in 2008. You either take capitalism by the reins and hold some from making billions, or you let the wealthy play their game and watch people suffer. Yeah, this is not acceptable. Whatever is going on over here, it's not acceptable. It's not sustainable. At this point, Dig Zeke. Hey, Memius, how's it going? Pelosi out here talking about everything's different now, and Fed talking about great long-term prospects due to vaccines. Yeah, for who? Yeah, some of the interest loans will be dropping. I've already seen some people that I know refinancing because that's all they. In fact, that they need to do this because it makes it affordable. But it certainly does, Memius. So what is the plan here? You are going to lead to a lot of suffering. You are going to lead to a lot of suffering because you can't seem to figure out what the problem is here, which is giving aid to large corporations instead of, or not, or ignoring, I should say, the working class, the middle class, and the small businesses is backwards. The things that make the economy go, if you care about the economy, I presume the people who are making these horrible decisions, I presume that that's what they're trying to do. You need to provide assistance to the working class, to the middle class, and to the small businesses. If you don't, the economy doesn't work. I mean, it's a simple question of this. In this iteration of the economy that we currently have, it's a consumer economy. Who is going to buy your garbage if nobody has money to buy it? The package includes an extension of the small business paycheck protection program. Small business, that should be in quotations. And increased funding for vaccine distribution and coronavirus testing. Sure, that's okay. The legislation would also $45 billion to transportation sector and $10 billion to broadband access. Okay, cool, sure. But I just see this as a I just see this as inept leadership and failing to give the people an adequate economic stimulus relief is not acceptable. It's like, understand that if people, can you imagine, like, there are some people who literally were in the 2008 crisis, lost everything because government is incompetent and allowed a and allowed these very greedy equity firms and all these other private investors and banks to do whatever they wanted. They completely crashed the system, cashed out. They're now more powerful than ever. Some people lost everything in 2008 and now are about to lose everything again, and almost for the same reason. Government is just, leadership is just inept, or doesn't want to, or doesn't care enough to provide some serious relief and hold some of these people accountable. I mean, I'm sorry, you can't have it all. Capitalism kills, yeah. Yeah, I bet. Stock market, stocks cut gains as vaccine rollout begins. Investors eye stimulus. Cool. What about the people? What about the people? Incredible. I have no words for the ineptitude that is happening right now. All right, hopefully I don't get DMCA'd for this. Oh, no, not you. Wait. Stop. Yeah, I mean, if you're already a homeowner and you've got like a, you know, an ability to refinance, probably. In the 2010 implosion, I refinanced for 3%. Yeah, some people were able to just kind of make something out of it, but yeah, I hear many people on the right saying empathy is weakness. That could be part of the problem here. I've been saying that for a while. I see that as a social contagion, pathogen, whatever you want to call it. It's a problem, Memius. You want to really make this a better place? Just when, you know, I mean, I guess this is very unique to the United States, but empathy and compassion. Understand that what happens to your fellow person round about affects you, right? Like, understand that it's not just about you. Thanks for the follow, Sophiax. True empathy and true compassion, kind of like what you know, Cornel West talks about, right? Dr. Cornel West, kind of like with that type of rhetoric. He has a religious spin to it, because he's like, you know, he's a religious person, a man of faith, but the core idea of what he's talking about is empathy, compassion, and real empathy, real compassion. Not, yeah, I think that people should have healthcare, but because that's, I've heard that one too. They can't answer the question, why shouldn't poor people have healthcare? Well, I think that they should, but well, no. Should poor people have healthcare? Yes or no? Yeah, but they should be able to pay for it. Like, what? So then you don't care? No, I care, and I think everybody should have healthcare. They should just pay for it. Wait a minute, but what if you can't? Oh, then sucks to suck. So you don't care. I mean, genuine empathy. I mean, genuine empathy is what I'm talking about. Actually caring about people and how that affects you in the roundabout way. I agree with everything you're saying. Empathy is far from weakness. True. Allowing women to refuse my marriage offer makes me look weak. Then they shouldn't be allowed to do that to me, the average proud boy. True. What about Congress doesn't get paid for 3 years because of the pandemic? That sounds great. Hey, you know how this would get solved real quick? You reduce Congress's paycheck for the next 8 months, 9 months? No, we're almost at 10 months at this point. We should reduce Congress's entire paycheck to $1,200, and that's all they get. The movie The Platform explains the conditioning behind individualism really well. The Platform, is it on where can I find this movie? Thirst first. Because, like, I think that, you know, the people who are so entrenched in the idea of just hardcore individualism don't realize that if you truly care about the individual, you have to provide basic things. I mean, like, what is more elevating to individual than providing, you know, food, housing, education, and healthcare? Thanks for the follow, The Ghost Show. How much more elevated would you put people on if you provided these things? You give them the platform to do so. It's on Netflix. Okay, I'm gonna definitely watch it. All right, folks. I'm gonna have to subject you to some Biden speech.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. Over the past few weeks, officials in each state, commonwealth, and district, without regard to party or political preference, have certified the winning candidates. Today, a member of the Electoral College, representing the certified winner, cast their votes for President and Vice President of the United States in an act just as old as our nation itself. And once again, in America, the rule of law, our Constitution, and the will of the people prevailed. Our democracy pushed, tested, threatened, proved to be resilient, true, and strong. The Electoral College votes, which occurred today, reflect the fact that even in the face of a public health crisis unlike anything we've experienced in our lifetimes, the people voted. They voted in record numbers.
But what are you going to do about it? That's the question. Listen, bro. If you don't produce any
More Americans voted this year.
If you don't produce any palpable results to improve the material conditions of people, this is going to spell disaster.
Have ever voted in the history of the United States of America. Over 155 million Americans were determined to have their voices heard and their votes counted. In the start of this pandemic, this crisis, many were wondering how many Americans would actually vote at all. But those fears proved to be unfounded. We saw something very few predicted, even thought possible. The biggest voter turnout in the history of the United States of America. A number so big that this election now ranks as the clearest demonstration of the true will of the American people.
Okay,
One of
Trump.
the most amazing demonstrations of civic duty we've ever seen in our country. It should be celebrated, not attacked. More than 81 million of those votes were cast for me and Vice President-elect Harris. That too is a record. More than any ticket has received in the history of America. It represents a winning margin of more than 7 million votes over the number of votes cast for my opponent. Together, Vice President-elect Harris and I earned 306 electoral votes, well exceeding the 270 electoral votes needed to secure victory. 306 electoral votes is the same number of electoral votes that Donald Trump and Vice President Pence received when they won in 2016. Excuse me. At the time, President Trump called the Electoral College tally a landslide. By his own standards, these numbers represented a clear victory then, and I respectfully suggest they do so now. If anyone didn't know before, they know now. What beats deep in the hearts of the American people is this: democracy, the right to be heard, to have your vote counted, to choose leaders of this nation, to govern ourselves. In America, politicians don't take power. People grant power to them. The flame of democracy was lit in this nation a long time ago.
Really?
And we now know nothing, not even a
That's weird because yes, we do elect representatives to represent us, but where is the representation? Where are you and Congress are going to start to acknowledge the people instead of giving all of these things to private corporations and all of this other stuff, right? Like where are we having this malfunction here or this miscommunication here? Because clearly what's happening in Congress isn't representation.
pandemic.
And there's
or an abuse of power
plenty
that
of blame to
extinguished
go
that flame.
around.
And as the people kept it aflame, so too did courageous state and local officials and elected workers. American democracy works because America makes it work at a local level. One of the extraordinary things we saw this year was that everyday Americans, our friends and our neighbors, often volunteers, Democrats.
Hey, Stupka. What's good today? Trump melting down on Twitter is kind of funny. Trump losing for the umpteenth time. Apparently, Secretary of State of Georgia and Governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, is now part of the CCP. Is now part of the CCP. William Barr is also a deep state rhino. Yeah, lots of interesting things. Is Mega Malding this week? Oh no. Hey, I heard Biden won the election yesterday. Hey, $27. Good to see you. Good to see you, friend. Yeah, he won again for the umpteenth time. Good to see you, $27. Hold on. Trump can still win because Biden was certified by illegal. Oh yeah, that's the new one, Patience Lot. That's the new one. The real set of electors are not able to cast their votes. Yeah, it's always something. New York papers are funny about Trump. Today, this stream is the place to be. Absolutely. They went so it's well, they went so far as to hire fake collectors. Unbelievable. This is the grandma that wants to build. The grandmother wants to build a wall between me and Mexico, but also drives across the border each month to buy her meds. Wow. I mean, I guess the irony just went right over her head. Did I also hear Barr resigned? Yes, he did. He resigned. And the right wing sites are pushing videos of electors not being able to. Yes, I've heard that one too. But yeah, hold on. This one's kind of funny. Um, where is it? Twitter. Oh man, I can't wait till I wake up one day and like this guy's not here. That's the one that I wanted to show you. Ah yes. Oh man. Yep, that's right. The Democrat police patients. Oh, that's right. Oh man. Yeah, no, this is the new narrative. Right here. Destroy the Geo. Ah, I've heard that one. Did you see Milo Yiannopoulos' meltdown on Parlor? It's funny how Brian Kemp is considered among the right when he's a little cool. Yeah. Yeah, we literally just saw that. Hold on, folks. Look. Here we have Trump saying that oh, this is the one right here. The GOP is run by the CCP. Don't vote for that. Oh yeah, absolutely. $27. They will turn you on. Tremendous problems. This here we are. This is not what the USA is all about. Law enforcement shielding machines don't tamper a crime. So these law enforcements are bad because they're trying to protect the voting machines. Because there have been instances of armed Trumpers who are, standing outside at the time they were counting. They were standing outside the machines. I mean, outside the voting counting places. That's why they were there. So yeah, I just thought that this was funny. And this is just a little sliver about what happened when when William Barr resigned. Deep state right now. Are you saying that armed Trump fans were standing outside? Yes, they were outside the counting places. Outside the counting places. To count the vote. Like, I don't know. You're talking about. Like, this is 2 seconds. 2 seconds of Google. This is outside the Maricopa County Recording Office. Yeah, right. Hey, listen, the right has absolutely no leg to stand on talking about the Russia stuff when they're going on about China. The state officials have had armed protesters outside their homes at night. That also happened. Deep State Rhino is the name of my Rage Against the Machine cover band. Yes, that is perfect. Hey, Selena Godmess. At this point, I'm wondering how many of them actually have money to afford ammo. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, this totally happened. This is the vote counting centers. Despite the Russian missile alert and hacking. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Anyways, the hopefully this will not be thing anymore after January. I won't have to be looking at his
Republicans, independents, demonstrating absolute courage.
Twitter account anymore.
They showed a deep and unwavering faith in and a commitment to the law. They did their duty in the face of a pandemic. And then they could not and would not give credence to what they knew was not true. They knew this election was overseen by them, it was honest, it was free, and it was fair. They saw it with their own eyes, and they wouldn't be bullied into saying anything different. It was truly remarkable, because so many of these patriotic Americans are subject to so much enormous political pressure, verbal abuse, and even threats of physical violence. While we all wish that our fellow Americans in these positions will always show such courage and commitment to free and fair elections, it is my sincere hope we never again see anyone subjected to the kind of threats and abuse we saw in this election.
I know $27.
Simply unconscionable. We owe these public servants a debt of gratitude. They didn't seek the spotlight. You know?
I am concerned. I think there's going to be instances. I don't think it's going to be a full-on thing, right? Yeah, no, Darknet, that did happen. And as far we're still getting information, but the last thing that I saw was in terms of like what they were reporting was that a dude shot a counter protester in Washington, I believe, and as he was running away, he had a red hat on, so we're still waiting for confirmation.
And our democracy survived because of them.
That's why I haven't talked about
proof, it. Once more, that it's everyday Americans infused with honor, character, and decency that is the heart of this nation.
Oh. Yep. I know, Stupka.
In this election, their integrity was matched by their strength, independence, and the integrity of our judicial system. In America, when questions are raised about the legitimacy of any election, those questions are resolved through the legal processes. And that's precisely what happened here. The Trump campaign brought dozens and dozens and dozens of legal challenges to test the result. They were heard again and again. And each of the time they were heard or found to be without merit. Time and again, President Trump's lawyers presented arguments to state officials, state legislatures, state and federal courts, and ultimately to the United States Supreme Court twice. They were heard by more than 80 judges across this country, and in every case, no cause or evidence was found to reverse or question or dispute the results. A few states went for recounts. All the counts were confirmed. The results in Georgia were counted 3 times. Didn't change the outcome. The recount conducted in Wisconsin actually saw our margin grow. The margin we had in Michigan was 14 times the margin President Trump won that state by 4 years ago. Our margin in Pennsylvania was nearly twice the size of the Trump margin 4 years ago. And yet, none of this has stopped baseless claims about the legitimacy of the results. Even more stunning, 17 Republican attorneys general and 126 Republican members of the Congress actually signed on to a lawsuit filed by the state of Texas. That lawsuit asked the United States Supreme Court to reject the certified vote counts in Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. This legal maneuver was an effort by elected officials and one group of states to try to get the Supreme Court to wipe out the votes of more than 20 million Americans in other states, and to hand the presidency to a candidate who lost the Electoral College, lost the popular vote, and lost each and every
Mitch
one of the
McConnell?
states
Wow.
whose votes they were trying to reverse. It's a position so extreme, we've never seen it before. A position that refused to respect the will of the people, refused to respect the rule of law, and refused to honor our Constitution. Thankfully, a unanimous Supreme Court immediately and completely rejected this effort. The court sent a clear signal to President Trump that they would be no part of an unprecedented assault on our democracy. Every single avenue was made available to President Trump to contest the results. He took full advantage of each and every one of those avenues. President Trump was denied no course of action he wanted to take. He took his case to Republican governors and Republican Secretary of State, as he criticized many of them, to Republican state legislatures, to Republican-appointed judges at every level. And in the case decided after the Supreme Court's latest rejection, a judge appointed by President Trump wrote, quote, "This court has allowed the plaintiff the chance to make his case, and he has lost on the merits," end of quote, lost on the merits. Even President Trump's own cybersecurity chief, overseeing our elections, said it was the most secure election in American history, and summarily was let go. Let me say it again. His own cybersecurity chief, overseeing this election, said it was the most secure in American history. You know, respecting the will of the people is at the heart of our democracy, even when we find those results hard to accept. But that's the obligation of those who've taken on a sworn duty to uphold the Constitution. 4 years ago, when I was a sitting vice president of the United States, it was my responsibility to announce the tally of the Electoral College votes in the joint session of
So
Congress.
apparently,
They voted to elect Donald Trump.
Wait. Come back to sleep, so tired. Good night. Hey, have a good night, Selena. Thank you for stopping by. It turned out to be the deep state. Yep.
I did my job.
The deep state. So, in reference to that one, in reference to one, I think there was multiple, but one of the shootings, a 27-year-old Trump supporter was arrested last Saturday near the Capitol for firing a gun at opposing demonstrators. Cool. Yeah. They're just not sending their best, folks.
And I'm pleased, but not surprised, by the number of my former Republican colleagues in the Senate who have acknowledged already the results of the Electoral College. I thank them, and I'm convinced we can work together for the good of the...
No, I think that was another instance. That's why I was surprised. We still don't know about the person who actually got hit. It seems to me like this is a separate incident. There has been, I mean, that weekend was pretty rough. That weekend was pretty rough.
Nation on many subjects. That's the duty owed to the people, to our Constitution, to our history.
Whoa, no. So I think that this one happened in the state capital, and the other one happened in Washington state. Like, so one happened in DC and one happened in Washington, if I got my story correct.
You know, in this battle for the soul of America, democracy prevailed. We,
Not
the
as
people, voted.
biting gaps lately.
Faith
Anyone
in our
else? He can
institutions
still read a
held.
teleprompter.
The integrity
Yeah.
of our elections remains intact. And now it's time to turn the page, as we've done throughout our history, to unite, to heal. As I said in this campaign, I will be president for all Americans. I'll work just as hard for those of you who didn't vote for me as I will for those who did.
So you're gonna...
There's urgent work in front of us.
Yeah, so you're gonna try to get Congress to actually give help to the people? Is that it?
Getting this pandemic under control and getting the nation vaccinated against this virus. Delivering immediate economic help so badly needed by so many Americans who are hurting today. And then building our economy back better than it ever was. And in doing so, we need to work together to give each other a chance to lower the temperature. And most of all, we need to stand in solidarity as fellow Americans, to see each other, our pain, our struggles, our hopes, and our dreams. We're a great nation. We're good people. We may come from different places, hold different beliefs, but we
I don't know how to tell you this, but some people just aren't.
share in common a love for this country, a belief in its limitless possibilities. For we, the United States of America, has always set the example for the world for a peaceful transition of power. We'll do so again. I know the task before us won't be easy. It's tempered by the pain so many of us are feeling. Today, our nation passed a grim milestone. 300,000 deaths due to this COVID virus. My heart goes out to each of you in this dark winter of the pandemic. About to spend the holidays and the new year with a black hole in your
Wisconsin now
hearts,
he seems better. Poor
without
boy's
the
just
one
nervous
who
and
loves your
insecure.
My heart goes out to all
I'm so
of you
happy
who've
Biden
fallen in
bores
hard times
the shit out of
through
me.
no fault of your
Yeah.
own. Unable to sleep at night, staring at the ceiling, and weighed down by the worry of what tomorrow will bring for you.
Well, I mean, I think it's good that they have a message of solidarity, but you gotta provide substance. You gotta provide you gotta deliver. I'm sorry. If you're gonna try to use this type of language and you're gonna try to bring people together and bring solidarity, that's great. But like you have to deliver. If you do not deliver and improve the material conditions of people and you're just serving up platitudes, you're opening the door for something worse. This is how we got Trump.
And equally important for your family. But we faced difficult times before in our history. I know we'll get through this one, but together. That's how we get through it together. So as we start the hard work to be done, may this moment give us the strength to rebuild this house of ours upon a rock that can never be washed away.
It's that time of year again.
Oh, you beat me to it, Dark. Left uses the same language, right? The right wing crazies gotta act like we gotta act like we will work with them to save people's lives. I'm not sure. Wait, hold on. I'm not sure what you're saying, Patient Sloth. So we gotta act like we will work with them to save people's lives. Your thought on Trump's what's your thoughts on Trump in 2024? Nah, I don't think he is. I think it's a show.
For where there is discord, union. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is darkness, light. This is who we are as a nation. This is the America we love. And that is the America we're going to be. So thank you all. May God bless you. And may God protect our troops and all those who stand watch over our democracy. Thank you.
I mean, okay. But if you're going to speak in this manner, you better deliver. You better deliver. Hey, Chai Bureaucrat. If like Biden was like Trump attacking the other side, non-sound Trump's face would start to get by there. Give them reason to. We gotta walk on eggshells publicly. Yeah, like okay. So basically, what I would say is, first of all, a message of solidarity is always good. Message of solidarity is always good. We've got to continue to push that message of real empathy and compassion. And I'm not saying to basically like talk to or try to speak with everybody and work with everybody. I'm just saying that just as a general rule, as a human being, try to continue to spread this message of empathy and compassion. Genuine empathy and compassion, and hopefully make this a better place. But yeah, I kind of agree with you, Patient Sloth. I was kind of hoping not to talk about him at all anymore. He will find a way if he's constantly teasing it. Yeah. I don't think so, though. To $27 is question. I don't think so. I think he's not going to run. I think he's going to throw a big shebang and make a whole public spectacle of it and then like just kind of fade away. Sounds like you're saying fight fire with water instead of fighting fire with fire. I like it. Yes, thank you, Memius. That's a even better. I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you. My grandma sent a birthday card to my brother earlier this month. She said he's going to send the money he was going to use on his gift on a dono to Trump. Wow. Okay. That's not what I would want to do, but okay. It's not what I would do. Thanks, Grandma. How about you fight fire with cash money? Oh man. Oh, this one's good. I forgot about this one. Representative Paul Mitchell's letter quitting the GOP fearing long-term harm to our democracy with its support for Trump's actions. Wow. This is what he wrote. Dear Chairwoman McDaniel and Leader McCarthy, since the weeks of 2020 general election have been traumatic for many in our nation, both voters and those of us who took an oath to serve this nation. As you well know, my voting record in Congress over the past year has been in line with President Trump, so absolute crap. And with the administration's policy more than 95% of the time. Nice. Further, I voted for Trump in the 2020 general election despite some reservation. Whoa. Okay. I mean, you basically voted for his entire agenda. You basically supported him in the general election, and now all of a sudden it seems like, you know, now all of a sudden his actions seem a little bit too far. Okay. Press X to doubt. What about someone else who is maybe worse? Like, I feel 4 years of Biden could push people to another right-wing fascist. I have no idea who it could be. Pompeo? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know who they're gonna come up with. I guess it depends on the end results of what happens in these couple of years, because if we don't see any palpable results, like just people are just gonna, you know, continue to get screwed without any answers whatsoever, they might turn to someone even more radical. I don't know who they could throw that would be palatable enough, just palatable enough, and have the star power. Right, have the star power of Trump. So if there's no palpable results delivered and people feel like they get screwed, who knows what they'll come up with. Ivanka. They won't have a reason to speak to fashion if dude actually passes and fights for good legislation. That's what I'm saying. You gotta deliver. You can't sit here and talk about, oh, how we all need to be in solidarity, how, you know, whatever. That's great, but like, what are you going to do to improve the material conditions? Okay, so all of those programs you speaking about on your website about trying to get more union membership, trying to make it easier to unionize, trying to talk about raising minimum wages and improve material conditions, things like this. Things like this is what you need to deliver on. Mitch McConnell just said President Biden is president-elect. Yeah, because there's no other way around it. The Electoral College voted, so. Hey, thanks so much, Supka. Gifting a tier 1 sub to Chai Bureaucrat. Nice. Nice. I joke a bit about Ivanka, but think it through. Imagine the media. I can see it not being so far-fetched. Huh. I guess. I mean, she's welcome to try. I can use my Prime elsewhere this month. Nice. Did you you can use it, there's plenty of people. Hold on. There's Ben. There's Tina. Tina does good work. There's Bayla. There's who else? Ooh, Aiko. $27. Hey. There you go. We got $27 in chat. So there's that. He's got good emotes. He's got good emotes. Bela is great. Bela is great. I like I like her work on in the environment and stuff like that. Very, very good. I haven't seen her on lately though. I felt that many policies achieved during this Trump have been positive for our nation, whereas the policies espoused by the Democratic Party were too radical. Wow, radical. Hey, can we just get like some stimulus? Just a crumb, please. Just a crumb. Radical. Jeez, this is so sad. This is so pathetic. It's like this all means nothing if you ended up like trying to support Trump all the way up to and including voting for him in 2020. Like you gave him your vote. Like what this means nothing to me. I thought it would be like a more remorseful or buyer's guilt kind of thing. But no, it just seems like a politically expedient and written word. This one was posted by Mono on the Discord, so I definitely want to check this one out. Bela streams on different websites? Really? Huh. Interesting. Streamers in chat, and a shout out for you and Ben. Hey. Yeah, there's streamers in chat. I'm not usually up at this time of day, so I miss a lot of good folks. Hey, I'm just glad you're here. Simpatico? Oh, that's like a play on words in Spanish. Simpatico. Simpatico is like dapper. Ben has been on vacay for a few days. We're gonna do a mod takeover. Yes, do a mod takeover evolution. Yes, take over his channel. Yes, there we go. Handsome. Here, that's yes, handsome or and/or dapper. Yes, that's a much better translation. It's really weird because sometimes I'll have like a confusion because Spanish was actually my first language, so sometimes I'll completely forget words in Spanish, even though I know I've heard these words before in my life. Sometimes I'll forget words in English, but I'll know them in Spanish. Simpatico. Oh man, I gotta check this out. I have to check this out. Oh, thanks for the follow, Lawrence Dave. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to look it up, but oh wait, no, I ended up spelling it like in Spanish. Oh my goodness, Jesus. That scared me. Hey, thanks for the follow, Posh Shiver Me Timbers. Mi hijo habla muy bien. Thank you. My kiddos are gonna learn Spanish first. My girlfriend learned Spanish first, but I need to learn it myself, otherwise 6 kids would own me in secret. Español no es fácil para mí. Sometimes I know them in English, but forget them in Spanish and vice versa. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It happens. Oh, all right, folks, hold on. I gotta take a quick break, and then we'll go to we'll go ahead and check this out. This was a post on the Discord done by Mono. I'm very interested, very interested. Are buying phone hacking tech that the FBI uses to investigate terrorists. Cool. I think this is very interesting. Although it would be kind of strange if one of these kids decide to permanently borrow one of them. Alright, folks, quick second to show. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you smack that follow button somewhere up there. And if you guys take a second to go to our YouTube channel and just hit that sub button, it really does help us out, and we really appreciate all the support here. I'll just do that here. Oh, weird. Okay, so yeah, just check out the YouTube channel and smack the subscribe button. It really does help us out, and I'll be right back. I love speaking in Python to my children. Oh man, no idea how to do any of those languages, much less Java. I think I should probably tune into sourcings. Third generation Kumano. Oof. Probably your grandma owned a pony or something in Cuba and cried when she moved to a Minnesota farm. Totally new spoken language. Yeah, I definitely need to pay attention to sourcing stuff when he does his coding streams. New way for you to learn about the problems and solutions most relevant to your work, get people to know. Hearing their insights. Oh, interesting. So you can shows, podcasts. Oh, okay. So you can do kind of like a... Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, folks. So you can do kind of like a podcast kind of deal with this? Interesting. Our research analysts that broadcast talk shows about the risk and innovations that are most important to your work partners, recap essential news, interviewed subject matters experts, survey best practices, evaluate cutting-edge innovations, and analyze new research live on a variety of shows and formats. Cool. Yeah, honestly, with the type of stuff that Bela does, this is probably more apt. He has a YouTube channel where he has good specific Java vids. Ooh, I gotta check that out. Oh, for the tech articles? Alright. No, I was just curious about this. Alright. US schools are buying phone hacking tech that the FBI uses to investigate terrorists. Again, what would happen if somebody just permanently borrowed one of these things? In May 2016, a student enrolled in a high school in Shelbyville, Texas, consented to having his phone searched by one of the district's school resource officers looking for evidence of a romantic relationship between the student and the teacher. Oof. Yikes. The officer plugged the phone into a Celebrite UFED to recover deleted messages from the phone. According to the arrest affidavit, investigators discovered the student frequently passed messages with other "I love you." 2 days later, the teacher was booked into county jail for sexual assault of a child. Oof. Yikes. The Celebrite used to gather evidence in that case was owned and operated by Shelby County Sheriff's Office, but these invasive phone cracking tools not only being purchased by police departments, public documents reviewed by Gizmodo indicate that the school districts have been quietly purchasing these surveillance tools of their own. Wait, so it's not to teach them? Wait. It's to monitor students? In March 2020, Northeast Independent School District, the largest Hispanic district of San Antonio, wrote a check to Celebrate for $6,695 for general supplies. In May, Cypress Fairbanks ISD near Houston, Texas, paid Oxygen Forensics and another mobile device firm for $2,899. Not far away, Majority White Conroe ISD wrote a check to Sistine Incorporated, the manufacturer of a very similar secure view system, for $995. Gizmodo reviewed similar accounting documents from 8 school districts, 7 of which are in Texas, showing the administrators paid as much as $11,582 for the controversial surveillance technology. Known as mobile device forensic tools, this type of tech is able to siphon messages, photos, and applications from data from students' devices. Together, the district encompasses hundreds of schools, potentially exposing hundreds of thousands of students to invasive cell phone searches. Wow. Yep, that's right, Wing. They're using this to spy on the children. This is so bad. While companies like Celebrate have partnered with federal and local police for years, the controversial equipment is also available for school district employees to search students' personal devices, has gone relatively unnoticed, and serves a frightening reminder of how technology originally developed for use by the military or intelligence services, ranging from blast armored trucks designed for use in war zones to invasive surveillance tools, keeps trickling down to domestic police and even institutions where kids go to learn. Yeah, like there's no need for this. Absolutely no need for this unless there's like some credible accusation, like for example, you know, there is a credible accusation with that with the teacher having relationship with a student, then you use that to corroborate or get evidence, but not as a not as a way to surveillance people, surveillance kids. Celebrate and Stingray started out in the providence of the U.S. military or federal law enforcement, and then made their way into state and local law enforcement, and also eventually making their way into the hands of criminals or petty tyrants like school administrators. Cooper Quentin, senior staff technologist at the Electronic Frontier Foundation, said in a video interview, "This is inevitably trajectory of any sort of surveillance technology, any sort of weapon." Yeah, this isn't cool. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with this whatsoever. Hey, thanks for the following, Nut. Wing the ultimate nug, I should say. Sorry. Just let be kids. Yeah, I mean, like, the issue is, why would they sell this? For money. Like, what? Why would you do this to kids? It's like, now, if there is a credible situation, thanks for the follow, Drew. Drew Moore. If there is a credible situation where you're like, okay, well, we have some concerns here. We've noticed, we've noticed some weird stuff going on. Then you can forward that to the proper, authorities. But to have that in school and actively surveilling students, that's kind of cringe. Why not just make Why not just have a robust mandatory reporting program with annual training? Make it easy to just report potential impropriety between staff and students. Yeah. I'd even be fine with that. It's just like, I just don't like the idea that, you know, this is okay. It's like, yeah, we surveil our students here. It's like, it's already bad enough that, like, the government has so much power over what we do, or in other words, they have so much power, like, in surveilling what we do. It's kind of scary that they can do that at schools. Incredible. In 2016, the FBI reportedly cracked the iPhone of San Bernardino shooter thanks to from help from unnamed outside vendor without the cooperation of Apple, sparking the new crypto wars as the federal government pushed for encryption backdoors, a fight that's still going on today. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't agree with this. Unless there's like, see, in this instance, there was obviously credible, necessary reasons why you need access to that phone, but that should be on a case-by-case basis, right? A Vice investigation from that year found that the FBI purchased at least $2 million worth of Celebrite products since 2012 and has sold its portable devices to state police forces around the country. Again, like, there's gotta be a serious, credible reason to do this, right? Like, you just shouldn't preemptively surveil like this. That's right. There are cameras all over the place in schools, outside. Yeah, that's true. We need more democracy in schools. What we need is a system, to be honest. We got metal detectors, wands, x-ray machines. Yeah, absolutely. Needs an app that sits between the mic and this app that scrambles the ears as a mic and speakers. Interesting. What? My school had barbed wired fence with many cameras to stop skipping or people coming in. I mean, like, so for all intents and purposes, that was like a prison. High schools are part of police state now, complete with small police stations inside. That one in Houston, yeah, I don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. I need a political chat's opinions. Are the Dunmer insults from the Elder Scrolls series, such as "you filthy" and "are you s" actually considered bigotry? Wait, what? Like, are you talking about like a video game? I don't know. I mean, unless you're specifically attributing to real people. I mean, I guess it could lead to people thinking that, you know, doing these things in the real world is okay. I'm not sure. We got CPD in the buildings, even though the community overwhelmingly wanted them out. Wow. I think a good thing should be to invest in having actual student counselors. Actual trained student counselors and have more of them. Because it's like, there is a school counselor, but most of the time it's like imagine having one school counselor to the whole school, right? I mean, that seems pretty overwhelming for one person to handle, you know, student counseling for one school, right? How about we do that? Hey, there's an idea, Chai Bureaucrat. Just don't do that. Yeah, how about that? How about don't be a bigot? Yeah, easy. Right, like, yeah, sure, we could say that and come. But I'm just saying, like, the only thing that I would have a problem with is that if it encourages real world against like actual people, then maybe. Other than that, I mean, it's like, then that would be a problem. But you know, I've never played Skyrim and be like, yeah, now I want to, you know, use slurs against people, right? I've never played Skyrim and ended up with the idea that this is okay. Since then, this technology has spread dramatically. According to a December report from Upturn, a Washington, D.C. based civil society organization, at least 2,000 law enforcement agencies, including 50 of the nation's largest police departments, have access to these tools. We reached out to Celebrate, Oxygen Forensics, and Sustine for comment on their tools being used in school. With update when we hear back. Yeah, they're probably going to give some, like, yeah, exactly, Adcom. Exactly. I'm pretty sure they're not going to really give any type of, like, comment on this. They're probably going to be like, well, here at Celebrate, we just fulfill orders that people pay us for. Yeah, like, that's basically it. This is pretty cringe. This is pretty cringe. Wow. I want one of these things. Exactly. Oh, man. I don't know. Can you imagine if this was readily available for the public? Games are life. True. Haha. Another cool news. Ban all video games. Yeah, there you go. That's a solution. Totally normal things that happen in this country. Totally normal stuff that happens. Hey, remember when Joe Biden was like, "Yeah, we're good people." Some. Life is pony. True. What happened? I zoned out. Oh, we banned all video games. So, yeah, totally, you know, normal stuff that happens. This attack occurred on the third night of Hanukkah during the menorah lighting celebration, making it all the more hateful, hurtful, and cowardly. Yeah, nice. These are totally normal things that happen. Wow, and he was a Jewish veteran of the Marine Corps. What a disgusting human being. Right, that's right, Dark Knight. It was just a meme, right? Here's the meme right here. Here's the meme. Just jokes, bro. You just jokes. Oh yeah? when you have a when you have VR that you can control with your brain and it can make you feel enhanced sensations, what would be the difference between life and video games? I think we had videos, movies about what happens. We'll probably live this in 50 years if climate change doesn't destroy anything. Yeah, well, we got a few years to go. In a very recent study, um, 2 out of 3, 2/3, will experience water shortages, um, in 5 years. Not 50. Incredible. Hmm. Lord, it won't. It'll be underwater. It'll experience a water surplus. Yeah, sure. But in Skyrim, people made jokes and hit each other. Well, yeah, it's Skyrim. Water, salt, and fish imports looking good. I have to move soon. Might go to Vietnam. The Great Arizona Evacuation is coming. Make room for Grandma. Well, I mean, unironically, the climate refugees that are gonna happen is gonna be to the tune of hundreds of millions in the worst case scenario, where food scarcity, water shortages, things like that, will make climate refugees of to the tune of hundreds of millions. If to say to illustrate the worst case scenario. This is pretty ironic. Mainstream media ignores sexual harassment allegations against Governor Andrew Cuomo while posting this on mainstream media. And here's another one. Major cable news networks quiet on sexual harassment allegations against Cuomo as they're posting it in mainstream media. Like, what are you talking about? Vox covered this, the New York Post, Fox News, NBC News. If this is true, this is pretty disgusting. If this is true, this is pretty disgusting. I need to research climate change in Vietnam. I think Cuba and Vietnam will survive the longest, assuming we literally don't start a global war over resources. If things get bad, conflicts will be inevitable. And I mean, like, if things get really bad, conflicts will be inevitable. And who's gonna buy your home, Tim? Aquaman? That will never not be funny. That will never not be funny. Andrew Cuomo should step down. Yeah, probably. If this is true, and he wants to provide any other evidence to the contrary, this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. Oh, I would say that yeah, I could and many still didn't watch. So yeah, these people need to come up and corroborate this, and then he should step down or face consequences. Right? You can't just do this, and the only thing that happens is that you step down. Right? What are your plans for the next 50 years, taking climate change into consideration? Ideally, I would try to head for the mountains. Ideally, just try to head for the mountains. But what I want to see is people realizing how, dire the situation is, and move to solutions, right? Move to solutions that includes um, being more aware, being more educated, engaging in the electoral process to try to move and bring the political will to address the climate crisis. It might give Cuomo time to write another book rather than save lives. I mean, this is pretty bad. If this is true, this is pretty bad, and I think that um he should suffer consequences. Just because he's the governor doesn't mean that he is above consequences. If an allegation is being you know stated to this degree, they should absolutely investigate this. Forcing hundreds of Uyghurs and other minorities into hard manual labor, vast common field, Western. Yeah. I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen this. Hey, Anarchist Laboratory. We're shaming the fucking liberal elites were shaming women. What the fuck happened to me too? Yeah. Wait, what's been debunked in Reddit? Hey, Alio, thank you for stopping by. Does America do the same thing in our prisons? True. True. Sweet. Yeah, I mean, if an accusation like this is being levied, I absolutely believe they should speak. Authorities, not just authorities should speak to this woman and get her story, and then investigate what's going on. And absolutely, this dude should face consequences. So. Yeah. McConnell for the first time recognizes Biden as president-elect. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, it's over, folks. In chat, never say it, they, or other pronouns. In no chat method of no context of people and tell what you're saying. Sometimes, yes, that's true. Wait, the libs are up in arms that someone came forward about being harassed. Yeah, but it was Cuomo. I think that they should absolutely, if someone's coming forth saying that they were harassed, especially by someone who is in a position of power, absolutely they should be investigated, and absolutely they should get whatever the victim was saying. Like, you need to investigate this thing. And there it is. Mitch McConnell congratulates Joe Biden for being president-elect. Oh, that's right. Darknet was saying that earlier. That the new story is going to be that McConnell is going to be a CCP member now. That's right. CCP Rhino. Language is horrible and ambiguous. Let's stop talking and hook Ethernet cables to our brains. Oh man. I think what you're referring to is we've done this before. We've had movies about this. Isn't that like The Matrix? Wait, no, that's just machines, right? The machines that are the ones that are connected. Yikes. Michigan Republican refused to rule out violence in electoral college protests. Now he's lost his committee seats. Well, that's what you get. Yeah, exactly, Anarchist Laboratory. Like, and even then, it doesn't even matter. Like, it doesn't even matter. If something happened and someone wants to come forth with an issue, they should be able to say their part. Alright? Oh yes, I forgot. This is the thing that I wanted to go over. Hold on, folks. Let me see if I could find it. Can we avoid that language? Stupka gifted me this emote. Oh, nice. Hey, Honor Kitty. Like, yeah, dude, that's totally not cool. There we go. McConnell is now a CCP Rhino deep state Chinese anti-pastor. God, yep, that's it. That's the full context. Actually, that might be terms of service. I'm gonna. Oh, it's gone. Nope. Yep. The message is gone. All right. Cool. Oh, thank you, Darkman. I don't understand why people can't just like act normal. Like, why do you have to? Especially after the updated terms of service, you can't say these things. I wonder if Biden will retire like he was hinting at during the pre-election. I don't think so. More totally normal tweets. Evidence, tremendous evidence is pouring in on voter fraud. Interesting. What? Trump is in the process of proving he won and Biden is pretending he did. Yeah, okay. Here we are. Biden will probably retire. I doubt if he will, if not out of the realm of possibilities, but I doubt it. Yeah, true. Exactly. Tremendous evidence. They say I have the best evidence. Big evidence. Top proof of voter fraud. Yeah, let's see it, buddy. Oh, man. I appreciate the opportunity to update you this afternoon on the department's review of voter fraud allegations in 2020 and how these allegations will continue to be pursued at a time when this country is so deeply divided. It's incumbent on all levels of government and all agencies acting within their purview to do all we can to ensure the integrity of the elections and promote public confidence in their outcome. Yeah. But what does this have to do with your resignation, though? It's like, I love how he can't actually say that there was any type of voter fraud. Like, he can't put it in even he can't even put it in his resignation letter. So the usual greatest hits, which are lies. Twitter video of removal van loading Trump into a truck is still claiming fraud. You have curbed illegal immigration, enhanced the security of our nation's borders. Really? You advanced the rule of law by appointing a record number of judges. With Operation Warp Speed, you delivered a vaccine for coronavirus on a schedule no one thought conceivable. That's weird. Weren't the companies talking about this for months? That's weird. You built the strongest and most resilient economy in American history. For who, though? Defended the competition in the marketplace? What? Especially the technology sector, and supporting the men and women of law enforcement who selfishly and often thanklessly risk their lives to keep our community safe. Except when they go against you. As discussed, I will spend the next week wrapping up a few remaining matters important to the administration and depart on December 23rd. You, Melania, and family, Merry Christmas and blessed holiday season. Oh no, he said he said blessed holiday season. Well, I guess Merry Christmas is fine. Oh man, this is beyond. It's like he... Okay. So William Barr's gone. Right-wing chats keep talking about how great Trump is for reducing prescription drugs last month, ignoring the fact that he didn't do this for last 4 years. He's a rhino Republican. The war on Christmas commences, that's right. Oh.
Look at the numbers are false. The numbers are corrupt. And if you look at the numbers...
Oh. Oh, man. The original, yes, I seen this one. I seen the original. It was like an advertising for the... What's that show called? The President? It's a show on Comedy Central, was it not? The war on Christmas started November 4th when Nordstrom and all the others announced no Santa picture. It's pretty sure Santa noped out of the job offer. True. Geraldo is now deep state as well. Jeez. The victims of communism said Chinese readers are saying that this is propaganda and forced labor and genocide are not happening. That was White House fighting. Wait, what? China coming out of today. Saying that this is not forced labor. Well, I don't know about that. Really hope something like this happens. Yeah, that would be funny to watch. Geraldo told Charlie Kirk to give up. Oh no, that guy is still posting on Twitter. Really quickly, folks, before I have to call it. Oh no, I'm so used to just searching. Nope. Nice meme. Not a single journalist asked Biden when his son failed to disclose 400,000 young attacks over the can. Yeah, sure. That's Hunter Biden's problem.
If the Soviet example was so great, if the Soviet example was so great, why were people fleeing the Soviet Union for Western democracies and they weren't fleeing Western democracies for the Soviet Union?
Yeah, I don't defend this generation of the Soviet Union. As I was pointing forward, Lenin and Trotsky, they pointed out that the revolution was international, that it was contained within a single nation.
It wasn't contained. You tried it in Afghanistan, you tried it in Ukraine, you tried it in Lithuania, you tried it in Latvia, you tried it in Zimbabwe, you tried it in Cuba, you tried it in Central America, you tried it all throughout the... What are you talking about? You tried it on the Korean Peninsula, you tried it in Kyrgyzstan.
I talk over people, so therefore I win. It was on Fox Search, Geraldo. Just Bela just went live. All right, perfect. Actually, Vince lost it sooner. Man, Was it on Twitter? U.S. people jail, poor people say U.S. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that using like the examples of like the USSR is like conducive to the type of goals that I want to reach. It's like no matter what we do, people always just point to that and never hear past what I'm trying to say. You know, at least in my personal opinion. It's like I just want people to understand that working together is better. I want people to understand that people need food, housing, education, and healthcare. Trending. Oh shoot. Hold on, folks. Trending. Yeah, that's pretty funny. All right, folks, it is 11:28. I gotta bolt on out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for the subs. I really appreciate that. You guys are what makes this go. Thank you for the new follows. Thank you, Drew Moore, Wing, the Ultimate Nug, Paul Shiver Me Timbers, Lawrence. Thank you so much. Stupka for the gifted sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys. I'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, doing news and politics as always. Please stay safe. Please take care of each other. I love you all, and I hope to see you guys in the next stream. See ya! Alright, hold on, folks. Hold on, folks. We'll get to raid Bela in just a second. Let me just make sure I'm good over here. Okay. I just gotta make sure I'm logged in. Hold on, folks. Alright, let's give, perfect. Alright, let's give Bela a awesome raid. Raid channel. Thanks for the stream. Thanks you for stopping by. Alright, folks. Hey, how come it's not showing? Here we are. Alright, folks. We're heading out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Thank you.